Hello, gamers! Welcome to episode 44, Gamers Galaxy. It has been a minute, and if you forgot, my name is WT. That is 1W1T, and I am here with a guy, I think he goes by the name either Rubick or Rubick. Man, it's been a minute. Are we strangers now? Or what's going on? How are you today, Rubick?
Oh, good, mate. Been a good day. So this is a good way to end the day for me. It's a good way to start the day for you. It's been 4 months since we've done a pod together. So, good little break, and we're back recharged and ready to divulge the information that we've researched for everyone.
Right, absolutely.
So I'm excited.
As always, Immutable just has a ridiculous amount of news. I don't know how we're going to cover this all in a short amount of time. We probably won't, because that's not what we do, but we will try to get back into this. We've missed a lot, 4 months. Like 1 week in Immutable can be 4 months worth of content, and here we are 4 months later. But we're gonna do our best, and right into it. Right off the bat, let me flip my screen here, and there we've got it right there.
Just wanted to start off with our sponsor, just to say thank you to Token Trove.
Oh yeah.
They allow us to take a small cut of every sale they make on the site that from people we refer. There's a link in the description that you need to click it once a week, so bookmark it. Just click it once a week to go into it to refresh that you're associated with us, and just a small figure goes to us, and it just helps us to pay for all the things to help us do this podcast, all the tools we need for this podcast. So yeah, if you are happy to help us, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for getting that for me. I was ready to jump into it. I was so eager. I totally missed the note of Token Trove. Yes, that was bad of me. I may be a bit rusty today, but I will try to work out those kinks as we go. Yeah, check out Token Trove for sure. They've really upgraded their UX in the last couple of months. It's so much cleaner now.
And they've got the bulk buying and the bulk listing and all that kind of stuff as well. So it's so much quicker to do that kind of stuff now. Yeah,
they've really taken the lead for Immutable. That's remember the old Immutable platform? I mean, it's still there, but it was nowhere near what Token Trove has done. So hats off to them for sure. And right off the bat, we've got Play Ember, and it's a mobile game studio with 120 million downloads. Team has 1 billion. I don't even know what this means, but the team has 1 billion career downloads. What can you tell us more about Play Ember?
It's by John Hooks, who's a pretty prominent guy in the community. On crypto Twitter, he was just in Karate Combat, mate, at the Dubai one, was it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can see him there talking on the screen right there. He lost, unfortunately. Yeah, it was the main match of the game as well. So, but in terms of what he's building, he's a hyper casual game builder. It's 40 games that they've got on their platform. 7 of them are Bitcoin games, and 4 are Web3 games on Near protocol, I believe. They built Cool Cats for Cool Cats, and they built Pixelmon Monster Tycoon, which has just came out. They're just so impressed with the platform of Immutable that they're migrating. Well, I don't know if they're migrating, but the chain strategy, I'm not sure if it's a multi-chain now, but they're building 3 of those 4 games on Immutable. The games are called, where are they? I had to list them somewhere. Anyway, there's all of them other than the one they're not bringing, which is the pinball version of the game of what they've got, which is one I would play. So hopefully they bring that one over as well eventually.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I didn't recognize his name, or I did not. So they got the Influencer Fight Club with Karate Combat. Yeah, I that's awesome. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the fight now and see who he is and how he did. I know you said he lost, but there's so many influencers coming into it, and it's hard to keep up with them unless they're like a giant name of who's who. But I'm glad you picked up on it, because I do follow Karate Combat, and their 50th is coming up here real soon. But that's not what this cast is about, Karate Combat. This is about games, and the next one up is Token Tales. And
I'm 50% pumped for that one as well, by the way. Because he's a pretty highly prominent guy, John, and he's got good good stats. Me personally, I'm not massively into hyper casuals, but I think it's good for Immutable, so I'm a bit more pumped than I would be for a casual game. So 50%.
50? Okay. No, thanks for. I'm sorry. I'm rusty. I will get back to this. I'm sorry. So,
Do you have a pump for figure?
I'm about 20 on this. I'm not really. I'm gonna talk about this later, but I'm about 20 for this. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. And moving along, Token Tales. Boy, this. So like, I'm looking at this, and right away, the thing that stood out to me was this right here. If it pops up, nope, wrong screen. That's their X account there, 54,000 followers, and oh my gosh, where's it at? I had something here I wanted to talk about. Oh, I lost it. Bad WT. I'm so rusty here. So what stuck out to me right away with Token Tales, I had their website up. They are somehow, some way, possibly tied with XDC, Stellar, and Scale. The XDC really stood out to me. I was like, whoa, what? I didn't even know XDC was into bed with these games. Stellar, they've been around forever. If anybody knows about them, with their network, and I was like, how is this incorporated with them? And it's a game, I guess, about cats. It's a browser-based game. I went to it and tried playing it. I don't know what they're doing. I was jumping around catching coins, and they have like 4 different versions. I was only able to play one, and they have something where you play to save, and what it is somehow, some way, their tokens, which have no value currently at the moment that I can find, you are somehow, some way able to donate to shelters for cats, and everything in this is about cats. And I was just like, all right, they're helping real cats in shelters. They call it real world applications.
RWA, yeah.
So I was trying to play it. I didn't know what to do. I'm not really pumped for this at all. I'll give it like a 10. It's just like, this is for cat fanatics. This thing is for cat fanatics. How it transfer into doing things. I know. Oh yeah, here's the game right here. So I went to this, and I think I did. Oh man.
Maybe this is a game for Sorrow. He loved and Coop. Yeah, Sorrow, the lead sale of Immutable, and Coop, the head of marketing at AVAX.
So
they're both cat lovers.
I collected 1733 coins. I had 4 chances, and I can't even bring it back up what I was playing, but like, it was just redonkulous. Like, this is just, I just don't see how this is going to be a fun game that would retain any retention unless you're just a freaking cat fanatic, you know. So I give it a 10. Yeah. What's your thoughts on it?
20. I'm not a cat fan. 20, but it's you know, it'll have, people love cats. People that love cats. So good luck to them. I'm a dog man. Sorry.
Yeah, I am too. I like cats. I'm just not a cat fanatic. So, but that's enough about that. Next up, we've got Skate Nation. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's an exciting one. They're building like a big, so probably like a skate sports sim, but it's Tony Hawk style, arcade style physics, built with Unreal Engine 5. So those images, like some of them are cutscenes, but some of them are in game, and you know, so it's not quite that polished in game yet. I actually got got a little preview of actually the trailer that's coming out, which is, it's just pre-alpha, so it's going to get better. But it's going to have multiple players on the map at once, which is going to be pretty cool. So my understanding, Tony Hawk is just 1 or 2 players, but this is going to be like many more than that on one map. So yeah, there's lots of stuff I've been told I can't tell yet. So, but they're actually not. The chain strategy is it's going to probably be multi-chain. So, but they'll start off with Immutable first. So,
right.
That's all. This multi-chain garbage, mate, is just getting worse and worse and worse, isn't it? So
yeah, that's going to be in my what pisses me off segment here. So down the road.
70% for me because
Wow.
there's not really good skate games, mate.
Yeah, this is not a knock on the game at all myself. I've never really been into the skateboard games, so it's it's gonna be a 30 for me, not because of the quality of the game, just I'm just not into these type of games. But yeah, I'm looking at the playability of it right now, so it looks pretty good. It at least looks visually, aesthetically good, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see where that goes. So yeah, that's Skate Nation. And next up is Pocket Space. And this one, it's a sandbox arcade game with building and crafting elements. And I just didn't really find a whole lot about this like that really stood out to me. It's just like look at the video here. Like, it's got the hexagons, obviously, and you go around, you're whacking things, you're picking up resources, and I just felt like this was a really, I don't know, like I just don't see how this is going to be addictive to people, but maybe it will. That's been my feeling on a lot of these games. Like, is it addictive? Is it going to keep me coming back and play? And I just didn't really see a whole lot to give me that feeling that it was going to be like that. So, they've got here what is Pocket Space. This is their leaderboard on their website. Oop, it just jumped away from me. Why did it jump away from me like that? So obviously you can get it on Google Play, the Apple Store. Looks like there's some form of PvP and PvE, which a lot of games are doing anyway. So, it might have potential. They're in phase 3 of the roadmap. There's their PvE and PvP that they're talking about. The soft launch has not happened yet. And there's phase 4. I'm not feeling this one. I know I probably sound like a Debbie Downer already in this cast. It's just, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. There's nothing about this that I can't wait to play it. So I'm going with a 20 on this one.
Yeah, I'll go 25. It's hyper casual. We're seeing a fair few extra of these hyper casuals come out at Immutable, aren't we? So get used to it. They're quicker to make. They're cheaper. Yeah, so if you fail, it doesn't cost you billions of dollars. And if you probably a lot less expensive to sell to build, so you don't have to sell as much to be profitable. So I can see why they're doing it, but it's not really going to make Immutable the game chain of
right
of where they want to be.
Something to keep your eye on. I'd like to find out more about their economy, but it's just everyone's just making a game, and it seems like the economy is second, which it probably should be, and we'll have to keep our eye on and see how it goes. So that's Pocket Space. And I'm up again for Ember Lore. This one, it's cross-platform MMO. You can play it on PC or mobile. Unreal Engine 5. Not many followers. I always get a little skittish when I hear cross-platform MMO. They're swinging big, and we know how much it takes to make an MMO. It's a lot of development. You have to have a quality dev team, and this is another one. I'm just like, here they are, Ember ICO coming soon, so they're going to be selling their token. Seen this playbook before. This looks cool. I like
announce Immutable and then 3 weeks later do an ICO. Happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah,
uncanny amount of times. Yeah. So
right. Yeah, and again, don't try to be Debbie Downer here, but it's just like, all right. Yeah, this is probably going into what's pissing me off this week is I'm seeing the same playbook over and over again, and now we had our 4-month break. Now it's like, okay, we're well past seeing this stuff and seeing the gimmicks and who's real and who's not. So I'm probably giving too much away from my what's pissing us off. That's I like the NFT. I like that, how that looks. Well, another one interested to see. There's their white paper there. Again, cross-platform play, which I'm not against. PC and mobile, cool. But I'm interested to see where they go. Am I pumped for this? I'll give it a 25. Am I pumped? Where are you at on this?
It's a monster grower, like a Tamagotchi style game in an MMO. So it's like you grow the beast to be really big, and it develops with you. So how long it takes to do that is it seems like that's the whole game, or the focus of the game. So it's like a long term thing. That could be cool, something different. And so I went to 50% for it, and it's mobile as well.
Yeah.
Um, Also, you saw that Altura partnership as
Yes.
well as Immutable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Altura has its own chain, I believe, but it also most of its work is integrating with other chains. And if you look at the Sphere marketplace and do a search for, you know, I'm not asking you to do it. I'm just saying if anyone listening does it, they'll see three collections from Altura, like test collections on the on mainnet. So, um, I think that maybe Altura is doing a lot of the integration for like building tools and you might see an Altura Immutable announcement soon.
Oh,
So,
okay.
because normally they do Polygon ZK EVM, so it wouldn't be too much of a lift to change to include Immutable as that as well.
How big is Altura? Do you know off the top of your head?
A lot of people shill it, like that Johnny Banter guy. He shills them, and there's a fair few people support him. They talk a big game. That's where Under Blocks went, So
That's
I think they
right.
went to their chain.
That's
Yeah,
right. I forgot about that.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I'm getting lost in
So,
the shuffle of all these different gaming chains popping up. It's just there's so many now. It's getting ridiculous.
yeah.
So
Oh, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. It's every day I find a new one. Now I've started researching again. I'm like, what is this one? What is that? Is that a chain? Anyway, and
right,
they all pay like, big dollars for a showcase game. So all these showcase games, all the best games are being spread across all the blockchains because of that grant money they're chasing. And and the one that Ember said Sword went to, there's 2 or 3 games on that. That's all it's got, and they paid big dollars to get them on there. Zaya paid big dollars to get Planet X, and there was one other, and Riftstorm. They paid big money for it. So, they've only got a couple of decent games in it, and there's just hundreds like that. So they're getting all instead of it, it's kneecapping the industry because everyone. It's not growing because people are like, oh, I don't want to get another wallet. I can't be bothered knowing that system as well. I'll just stay on
right,
Immutable. I'll just stay on. And so we're so segregated. If there was just 3 or 4 chains that everyone chose from, or 5, or 6, and then you'd see more progress because of more success from those games. But yeah, well, until the consolidation happens, which will happen eventually, it's gonna be pain until we get mainstreamers. Which I've got something to talk about that later on.
right. And speaking of another chain, one of your favorites, of course, Beam. They've got a game called Play Eternis, and what are you going to tell us about Play Eternis?
Well, you know how funny it is that you say that. That's going to go into my that's just going to play into my what's pissing me off section. When I get there, just remember what WT just said. He just announced that Eternis Deathmatch is launching on Beam. A podcast subject matter expert on Immutable thinks Eternis Deathmatch is launching on Beam, and they're actually not. They're launching. What I meant by that comment, for what you're going off the notes, is that Beam. Only way I was able to find that they're building on Immutable is that Beam announced it in their cunning, deceiving way that makes you think that they're building on them, but in the last small print at the very end of the tweet, they say Immutable ZKVM.
Yep.
So it's not actually so, but I can't find anything else to tie them to Immutable. They're Polygon, they're multi-chain scale Polygon. What the game is, it's like a deathmatch 2D Tekken style, like fighter game with
Yeah.
using his characters from history, like rebels from history, like Gandhi, and you just imagine anyone throughout history, in pretty interesting graphics. So chroma, scale, and polygon is what they got listed on their website, but apparently Beam reckons they're building in a collection on Immutable ZKVM. So let's see. I'm 40% for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It reminds me of like you said Tekken style. Yeah, I could see that. Mortal Kombat a little bit, just a little bit slower action sequence, and the backgrounds are pretty cool. The characters look pretty aesthetically nice. I'm just looking at the combat sequence. It's a touch slow compared to what I've seen out there, but not terrible. So, I like these kind of games. I'm probably at a 40 on this also. I could see myself playing this just depending on what's going on, and does it have the stickiness to want to keep coming back and playing it? I'm not sure because I have not played it, but possibly we'll have to see how that goes. So there's their main Twitter page, 10,000 followers, a little low but not terrible. And where are we at now? Are we in the rumor mill section? Yeah, we are in the rumor mill section. Did we want to play a clip of this or no?
People can see it in the background, I guess, when I'm talking. It's just the Rise, one game I'm really excited about. We've talked about it before, I believe. I've done a few tweets on it. It's
right.
Across the Ages is Web3, so action ARPG, action RPG game, and it's like amazing graphics, really cool setting by the looks of it, and like team-based combat. So I'm excited for it. Immutable's been literally pumping big time. They're like posting about it, so hopefully that means that they're coming Immutable, because that'd be nice. That means I don't have to get a new wallet on one of these other obscure chains to play a game I'm really excited about. Yeah, but that's all. I don't want to go much detail. I just wanted to say there's hints through Immutable posting these content as well, not just Across the Ages. So, and I think they had them showing the game at the Immutable booth in Tokyo Game Show. So
yeah, yeah, you sold me on this game a while ago. Definitely looking for this one as well. And yeah,
it's not been officially announced on Immutable.
Right.
No one said this is building on Immutable blockchain. There's nothing said that. So although the Immutable cards, the CTA TCG, those cards are going to be playable or usable in the game of Arise.
Yeah, I mean, even, this is one of those games, even if it's not on Immutable, I have a feeling you are going to be playing it regardless, and I will be checking it out as well. It's not always about, is it on Immutable, is the game good? This is one that you're pumped up for, and I'm pumped up for, regardless of where it ends up at. So,
yeah.
So that's Across the Ages, and next one up, the 77-bit. I kind of laughed when I was looking at this. I was like, what is this? Obviously, you can see the cartoon in the background. They're doing something with animation, but if you scroll further down, you can actually see some of the gameplay. I'm not really sure about how this is going to sustain, but it is a browser-based cyberpunk MMORPG. Another MMORPG, but this is like kind of the top-down, run around, hack and slash. I don't know a ton about it, except that what I can see right here. You did tell me that there's a former token lead from Immutable that it works for them now. So definitely could see the connection of, he's there, he knows context at Immutable and can bring this game over. They did have a lot of followers, surprisingly, 83,000 followers. I wonder if there's some lore to this that I'm not aware of that's got their fan base following them a lot. I'm not really sure on that, but you can see heavily into cartoon animation. So any thoughts on this?
Look at their marketing. Yeah, their marketing's really top notch. They just got the right messaging. You read when you read their content, you're like, these guys are professional, and they're building, and they're not just saying word salad, like going to change the game and bring you brand new exciting opportunity that's never been played before. They don't spin crap, mate. They just say, this is what we're building, this is why it's the best, and you just believe them after you read it because it just feels genuine. That's the why I included it in here. It's a 10% at best. There's no indication of what level layer 2 they're building on. They haven't started yet. They're only in alpha playoff chain, I believe. They've got a collection, like a PFP collection on F. So. But they are going to build in-game stuff on L2. I've read that, and their token guy said something about Immutable that gave me a thing. Hang on, that might mean they're building on Immutable. It didn't mean they didn't say explicitly that they're building on Immutable, but it just made me think, hey, this could be a chance that this is building on Immutable. And then I found out after that Michael Chung, the ex-former head of tokens and Immutables, now working there. So awesome. As their head of tokenomics. Yeah. That's all. Fine. It looks like a cool game, that style.
Awesome. Yeah, so next up, we're going into non-gaming. Fireblocks. What do you want to tell us about Fireblocks today?
Mate, just a quick one. It's a security service provider that helps blockchains projects move, store, and issue digital assets. So support game developers in managing assets in NFT in-game transactions, in-game transactions, I believe, and ensure smooth operations in DeFi. So it's more of a you know the tokenomic side of thing and making sure in the technical side of it as well. Helping them with those decisions and where to store things so they don't get hacked and stuff like that. So just a lot of there's a lot of things happening in the background now with games. Like it's not just about getting an NFT and putting it into someone's wallet. It's like you think about, we're going to talk about off the grid later, but they, going in and out of wallets being validated or not being validated. If they need to review the game to make sure that anything you extract is actually legit. You didn't cheat. So you need the ability to take it away. So all that as you build complexity like that, you need more security, and you need a thorough security process and a thorough testing process to ensure that there's no way to hack around that. So
Right.
because it'd be quite embarrassing. Yeah, so that's what this Fireblocks would be for. Anyone's using advanced tokenomics or ways of using NFTs or things that these guys would come in and help them design and architect proper solutions to ensure they don't put egg on their face with an embarrassing hack or something like that.
Right. As Robbie says, always security is paramount, and they continue to do that over and over again. Next up, we've got Portal, and I did a double take when I first seen this. I was like, Portal? Is that the same company from not too long ago that everybody was ranting and raving about? And it had a lot of just hype around it. And yes, that is Portal. I was shocked to see that they were, doing a collab with Immutable, because they were doing their own thing. I think their token price at one point got to like $3 and something, $3.30 or something like that. It was super high. I went and checked recently. It's crashed down to like 25 cents. I was shocked to see this one. Pretty decent size following, 336,000 followers. A lot of hype on this one. Another gaming platform. But like Immutable does, they are looking to work with everybody, and it's just a big hodgepodge now of all these companies. Somehow, some way, they are brushing their shoulders with Immutable, and I think it's only beneficial, but how is this going to translate into positives for Immutable? I don't know. It's like, we've seen what's happened with Beam. Is Portal going to do that too? That's my question.
Portal doesn't have a chain that I know of. It's more about a payment processing platform and centralizing like one place, so you can build on 10. They have more games in different chains, and you'd be able to just go to the portal and play the game from there. But it's still all on chain on Immutable. They'll just integrate it into them and and create seamless.
But
it's a long-term partnership. It needs a lot of work, and a lot of code written to get it done to be smooth, seamless.
Right. My question is, how does this benefit Immutable? It's all these companies coming to work with Immutable. That's my number one question now. How is this going to benefit Immutable?
User acquisition and ease of simplification. So the segregation, like all these chains with one game, and maybe they all go to Portal and put their game on Portal, and no one even knows what chain they're on, sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Just pay with credit card and things like that. So we're seeing a lot of the Web3 games go away from that degen style, and look at half the games on Immutable. They don't even feel like they're not even Web3 at all. Look at Epic Bots, mate. You buy an on-chain loot box.
Mm-hmm.
It burns. It sends you cards to play with, and those cards aren't on-chain.
Right.
So you pay for an on-chain item, and it burns it into a Web2 item. What's the point? And then they just announced that they're doing a earn more gold, like an idol thing. You buy the idol. It's for 30 days. You'll earn more gold. Hit the button, burns. The gold's in game. It's not Web3. It's just in-game gold that you use to upgrade cards.
Yeah, they're just
so it's like
repackaging what's already been done.
Why do that? Why even bother doing that on chain, mate? Like, it's just no point to it.
Right, exactly.
Pay for a credit card and get you extra gold. Anyway, that's a bit of a rant, and I haven't started what's pissing us off yet. So,
you did also real quick about that. You brought up that there was 2 IMX people that left Immutable and are now at Portal too, right?
Yeah, they left about Ezra, who's like the head of in America. doing partnerships, like partner success, so onboarding partners, really important role. And so he left after 2 years with Immutable, amicably, obviously. And you know, and he's someone else left as well, I believe, went to Portal. I can't remember who they are from Immutable. So he's there. Obviously, that connection's got this together. So
Right.
anyway, next up we have there was heaps of games announced, so I cut them down to just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that are the top 10, in my opinion, quickly. Well, not even top 10, 10 that are more likely to come in Immutable. So Immortal Gates of Pyre, which is my favorite. Radiant Arena, which is a PC arena shooter. Kanoi's a TCG. It's already out, and to a spectacular fail, because it launched on base first, and then it launched with Immutable Passport not working properly, and it still doesn't work properly. I actually created an account yesterday, and it's still bugged out on me. So you know, that's what Immutable need to get control of that. Quantum Command, it's another shooter. Monkey's League's a soccer game. Cyber Fighter's another 2D fighter. Blade of the Void is a MOBA, looks pretty good. Heroes Defense is a casual game. I played that. It's Web 2 at the moment. Bold, I don't know what's going on there. And Bounty Hunter is a Japanese game where, like, you know those claw games that you go into in real life and you get the claw and you pick up the item with the claw and it drops it out. It's one of those games, so that looks fun. I like those games, so I'll go fun. In terms of what I'll just focus on one. Immortal Gates of Pyre was a RTS. I believe it was a mod from StarCraft, and someone liked it and went, "Here's some money, start making it a standalone version of your game." So they've been building for a little while. I just did a bit of research tonight, and there's a lot of people that are fans of it in their Discord. Found out that it's Web3 and went ballistic, you know, as they normally do. These smooth-brained Web3's is the devil. So they're fans of this game because they played the modern StarCraft, if it's a StarCraft or maybe another RTS, and then they decide to go Web3 and let you own your stuff, and now they're angry because it's a scam. They've been following and playing the game for years. Anyway, these haters just don't make sense to me, mate. You know,
right? Yeah, I looked through that list of games. The one that I liked the most was this is just a stab in the dark. I haven't played it yet, but the Cyber Fighters. It's a linear game. You go left and right, and you have options. Cool little videos on where they show you can customize your characters, and go left and right. And it looks like a fun little quick game to play. Will it be sticky to keep coming back and play it? I'm not really sure. Haven't had a chance to play it yet, but that's the one I liked out of the bunch. I know you liked the Immortal, was it Immortal Spire or something like that? Immortal Gates of Pyre. So this is the kind of one that stood out to me out of the bunch. But like I said, I have not had a chance to play it yet.
Shooters.
So
yeah, but the Gates of Pyre is a high quality one, and it's not out to 2026 like open beta, so like a year and a half away. So
right.
Yeah, not too excited. But they have given an actual grant up front. So they've got cash, so they probably will stick around with Immutable. Sometimes those games that are announced 2 years ago never come to Immutable in the end. So this one's received a grant up front. So that's how much they respect Gates of Pyre. But anyway, moving on. What's the next? What's the next?
We're talking about actual games that have actually launched that you can play right now in
New
the
section.
Oh yeah.
New section, because 4 months ago there wasn't really a lot of games coming out, and
right.
There wasn't a lot of. Now there's like 2 or 3 a week coming out, so or 2, sometimes 3 or 4, and then none, and then 2 or 3. So we can just add a new section where we say, hey, these games are out now. You can play them now, and just do a quick rundown of what they are. Like so, Immortal Rising 2. It's a mobile game, isn't it?
I've actually been playing that. It's in my rotation. I'm playing 4 different games right now on my phone. I think all of them are on Immutable. This is one of them, Immortal Rising. I think you can get gems with this one too for getting to I think it's 2/20 stage you have to get to. So I went ahead and did that. I played it manually mostly, and then I realized, oh hey, I can autoplay this, which was pretty cool. So I'm at work, and it's not too difficult to play, but it is engaging. You can equip your character, and there's all kinds of way to modify your character. And as you're playing, you're getting coins, which there's all these different options to upgrade all these different things. I'm still learning that a bit, but then I threw it on auto and let my guy just run through killing things and earning stuff. Check back 10 minutes later, he earned a whole bunch of stuff, and I put it into upgrades, and then you fight bosses. And if you don't upgrade enough, you get to a boss, and it will kill you. So you got to really watch how much you're upgrading to see if you can take on these bosses and get further in the game. And yeah, it was released to play, I believe, on September 12th you have. So yeah, I've enjoyed the game very much.
Yeah. Moving on, Space Nation is in soft launch, which means you need a key to get into it. So I think it's 12 weeks. There's a play to earn as well right now. They've got a huge Chinese community that play the game. It's built by Chinese builders. So, hopefully, I haven't played it. I just haven't had time to commit to something like that. So, although I have been playing a bit of a new PC-based game, but it's not an MMO, but I'll get to that later. So that's just the space. Everyone knows what Space Nation is. You can play it now. If you want to play it, just get into the Discord, and I'm pretty sure you'll get a code pretty easily. There's so many of them going around. Just join their Discord. The next one, I'm up again. Pixelmon Adventures, Monster Tycoon. Sorry, I've spelled that. I don't know where I wrote that. It was launched on the 1st of October, and it's it's one of those games. Or that play Ember we spoke about earlier, so you can play that now. There's also gems available for that. You need to play a little bit. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, you need to look at the gems page for it.
All right. Okay, next up, I've got Battle Bears. Have you had a chance to play this one yet?
I did play it for the first 2 days, but I didn't play it since then because I don't know.
Yeah.
Just so many games to play at the moment.
Yeah, it's in my rotation. It's one of my rotation of 4. I haven't seen what they're doing with the gems yet, but I played it for a while. They have 4 different versions of the game. Like they call it Brick Battle, and I was a little confused because I feel like the only one I've been able to play that I can find has been the death match. But I'm getting credit towards Brick Battle because they have achievements in it. And there is so many different things to look through in this game to achieve or accomplish, and I feel like there's too many options. I was a little lost in all the options I have of things to go and do. But I did play the deathmatch, and I enjoyed the deathmatch for what it was on the phone. You got to use the one finger or 2 thumbs, one to navigate, one to shoot. It takes a little bit getting used to shooting because you only get to shoot so much before you run out of I guess it's maybe like energy, so to speak, and then you have to let it charge back up and dodge. And so for what it was, I actually enjoyed it, and I'm gonna keep playing it here and there until I can figure out what the rules are for getting gems. And I've enjoyed it so far. But that is Battle Bears. It came out on October 4th. And anything else you want to say about this before we move on?
A lot of people saying it's fun, so get in if you like the little mobile shooters like Blast Royale and Mighty Action Heroes or Cypher. So yeah, it's good. And these guys have been building 15 years. They know how to build games, so it's quality.
Yeah, this was the one that came over from Ronin, right?
Yeah, the one that they didn't want.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I've enjoyed it. It's in my rotation. It's in my rotation of games that I play each day. So. I don't play it a ton, but I get at least 1 game in a day just to keep some participation going. So, and this is just an amazing game. I have not had a chance to play it recently. I think they're starting beta soon. Shardbound. What are you gonna tell us about Shardbound?
Started on the 9th, so about 24 hours ago. I played it 2 days. I'm a bit disappointed, mate. They've changed it since I last time played it to
really
really quick games. You only have 15 cards instead of 30 card deck.
Yeah.
It just is very generic. I don't know. I just thought they could have done it. I don't know. I just don't have the hook from it. It's. I'm enjoying it, but I don't see it something I'm going to play forever. There's a gamification side of it, and I just don't like the way they've designed that as well. Like the UI is a bit clunky. Logging in again with passport's impossible. It's I don't understand, mate. You're building through Immutable, publishing you. You've got so many good examples of how to incorporate passport properly.
Right.
You know what I mean? You should see how you got to connect, and you got to connect it to Steam and Epic and and then passport, and there's nowhere in the game to show you that you're connected because they want to keep it on Steam. That's what they want to do. So they're really so you can't play the game like you won't know it's blockchain game unless you go to the website and connect your passport. So you got to go to the website, connect passport, and then connect Epic or connect Steam. So then you can turn your cards into Web3 there in the game. That's not Web3. That's very they're trying to have the cake and eat it too. Just go
Right.
Web3. You know what I mean? Just go Web3. Make it frictionless, and get it off Steam. And just go with Epic Games. And market the hell out of it. You had a good. You got Vainglory 75 million downloads to market with. And this is your next game. Like, I don't understand who's giving these people advice. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you on that. And if you've been under a rock and haven't heard about this game coming up next, this has been I've heard nothing but great things about Raven Quest. The only thing I've heard negative about it is that it's very time consuming. They're still have not integrated Web3 yet, and I did play this a little bit. I started the tutorial, I went through it. I probably should play it more to get a better feel for it, but this one's got a lot of hype around it. Raven Quest, what's your thoughts on it so far?
Right, it's an upcoming game, so Raven Quest. Well, it's in the upcoming list, meaning because it's had 2 play tests, open play tests, and now it's got was so successful, they're going to have a third.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 75,000 players, and they cut the bots out. So there's no bots in that. They literally have a tool that detects bots and cut them out.
Wow.
And they manually double check every single one. So to make sure they've got some tool that lets them manually check to see it's not a bot. So that's a lot of players. That's like about 400,000 players on it. If you see a gameplay with 400,000 on the list,
Mm-hmm.
that's but in terms of time consuming, I think you can play this game for 5 minutes and turn it off. You can play group, you can play if you want to do the full game and get the full experience. It's a lot of time.
Yes.
But you can, I played it for a couple of hours and got to level 20. I think it was a 19. It got me 100 gems and just realized that I wasn't going to be able to keep up. I just don't have the time to commit to it to keep up and be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just the story was fun. And people are this game's going to blow up. I reckon they'll have 300,000 players easily when it goes live, and it's in December. I think it goes live like permanently. So, and I think there's a wipe as well. So that's another reason I stopped playing, because I heard there's a wipe, and if I'm spending all this time and energy leveling up, I don't have to go do it again. Especially when I've got a baby.
Right. Exactly, and that's what I meant with the time consuming is if you want to be competitive. And I've watched a few of the streamers play it, and they're really into it, and I don't have that time to be competitive. So a lot of games to keep up with, and the ones that I'm sticking with that I can play on my phone, they're quick and easy, and that's all they have time for, unfortunately. So yeah, that's Raven Quest. And so there was a town hall last night. I did not get a chance to look into it, listen to it yet with Chris Clay. Frostmire is coming out very, very soon, and got 2 characters, almost like a Viking style axe wielding character, and the other one is a bow touting, it's like a wolf almost character, humanoid, and it's obviously Frost, so it's got the snow setting. It's the first one that is not super dark in the background. It's got some bright colors to it, and it looked like they were hinting at a pet coming too. I seen in one of the videos. I have not been able to confirm that yet.
Like a white wolf sort of thing.
Yeah, I think in this it's going to come up here. So there's the humanoid range.
I think that's one of the enemies. I think it's one of the enemies.
Oh, okay. I seen it. My first thought, is that a pet? Are they coming out with another pet now? So there's the Viking style guy that you can see on the screen, and it's coming up here in a second. I thought it was.
I'm back to playing GOG every day and putting an hour in every day playing endless and stuff. I'm enjoying it again for some reason. I like the guild competition where you got to fight the guild. Oh, I forgot to attack it just then. I'm gonna go back and fight it. That reminds me. I'm also winning in my guild, doing the most damage most of the time on it. So
Yeah.
I don't think I think that thing you saw was a pet, man, because they haven't even introduced it to. They won't be putting that into 2025. So why would they introduce another pet now? I don't know. Maybe you're right, but
Oh, they man,
anyway.
I didn't even know that. I've kind of tuned out with Guild of the Guardians. I am playing it every day. I do like the new guild feature. I wish I was. I gotta start talking to people in the guild because if you attack it, it sets off like a bonus for an hour to get more damage once somebody attacks it, and it's hard to coordinate. I keep checking throughout the day looking for that bonus to when to attack it, but sometimes I miss it, and then you get a cooldown waiting for it to do it again. I do like that feature. I'm a little burned out on Endless, but I'm still doing it.
It's easier now. You can just do four tickets at once.
Yeah, I know. I'm still burned out on it. it's lost its appeal for me. It's just
Yeah.
it's become a task now.
The game could be way more in strategized during the fight. You know, like choosing where you do your ultimate and things like that. So they just rushed this game out the door. If they made it a little bit more dynamic in the actual battle, a bit more strategical, and just a little bit, you know, like just to add a little bit of I did that sort of thing, you know, and you know, a little bit more strategy rather than just put rotation of your buttons, you know. So
Right.
anyway,
So yep. Next up,
I'm hoping that comes. So that's why I support it, and you know, I spent a bit of money on it.
I didn't even hear that they pushed pets back to 2025. I thought pets were supposed to be coming like soon. I didn't even hear that yet. So that's I've been out of the loop for a few months, taking a break, dealing with stuff, but I still have been playing, but I did not hear about the pets. So
I didn't hear it recently. I heard ages ago.
Oh wow, jeez.
Yeah.
Wonderful. More delays, but what are you gonna do? Next up, Blast Royale Web3 mobile top-down. We've talked about this one in the past. I used to play this one quite a bit, and sorry, go ahead.
This is just the section to tell people about the airdrop or sales sort of thing. So
yeah, I don't really. I'm just gonna be flat out honest. I really don't know a whole lot about this with the airdrop. It just says, you know, Blast Royale to play the airdrop. I don't know what they're doing with it. Can you help me out on this one?
Yeah. So you in-game kill people, and they have a chance to drop noob tokens, or just one noob token, and one noob, like you loot it in the game, and if you loot it in the game, you get that noob token.
Oh, okay. It's that easy. It is. Okay.
And so it's like in-game looting, which is not the token that you loot off a dead body is the actual token you'll get. So really cool. No one's ever done that before, I don't think. That's why I just wanted to mention it.
I got you. One noob in game equals one noob in wallet. Okay, very straightforward. So, yeah. So you're
Paradise Tycoon.
Yep.
Yeah, they're doing their third airdrop. Played airdrop. There's 5,000 points. I logged in just to check it right now as I was preparing, and I already have the points. I'm gonna be really naughty and tell some personal stuff here. I got a Paradise Pass for free for some content, and then I bought one for $13. And I was just on the marketplace a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just like got so much going on, I just don't have time to play all these games. And I saw they were $150 each, and I spent $13 to get two.
Wow.
So I just put them on the marketplace. I just put them on the marketplace. Sorry, I saw they were $100 and up from 70 or 60, and I put them on the market for 150. Just said, you know what, I'll put them for 150. If someone wants to buy that, they can buy it. And one day I just forgot they were there on sale, but I wasn't playing. It was in between this played airdrop and played in number two, and someone purchased them, and nearly got the top. There's a couple of people got $200 worth, like just a couple, but then it dropped back down to 150. So I'm happy with that. I had some fun playing the game, and I just don't have time to play that game. It's a lot of time consumption and it's like Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my style of game.
Yeah, I played a little bit. I wasn't too thrilled with it. I played it just to get the things that I needed for the upcoming gems, and then after that, I was like, yeah, this isn't my style of game either.
There's lots of people love that kind of game. My wife loves those kind of games, so I'm not dissing it. She's just way too busy to play it. Otherwise, she wouldn't. We've got a 10-month-old, as people know, so that's just quite time consuming. But yeah, I made profit on a game for the first time in my life.
Nice.
I sold something. I always buy and just hold on and never sell, just because I don't buy for investment really.
Right.
So I just thought I'm happy. I can finally say I made money out of a game on Web3.
Yeah, for sure. This next one up, World of Dipians. Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
like about this one? I didn't really see anything that really caught my eye, but maybe you're seeing something different here.
Did you get the video of the one where it's got Immutable? Like the link to, I think the link is to the Immutable where the guy's running. You see him running past Tycho. So this game, what they do is they have multiple chains, and they have chain wars where they fight each other. And there's a fair few people that play the game, and they have leaderboards and stuff. And it's like Immutable's been like they had a really bad passport integration that didn't work properly. Blah blah blah. It seems like it's not the easiest thing to install into, because of the way Immutable does things. Maybe, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of if you don't follow the way Immutable wants you to, it's gonna bug out. So it bugged out a couple times trying to mint during the minting process. I just took them off the list and everything, forgot about them. And then I just saw that they actually there's the Immutable building on the screenshot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't have this queued up for some reason, but I went and found it real quick. That is cool looking.
Anyway. Yeah, so I think they're gonna have a mint soon, and a way to represent Immutable. There was a leaderboard thing that they posted recently that showed you like the score, like the leaderboards for each chain and who got the highest points. And B&B's where they started their shield B&B, they got 3 million, and everyone else got 300,000-400,000. So the hardcore players are on B&B on that game, or the bots, one of the two. Anyway, that's all. Well, interesting to see if that's one of the first games I've seen maybe that's successful with a multi-chain approach, but it's because it's fighting off against each other. I don't know.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, for sure. I would definitely have to keep my eye on that one. And yeah, we're going into the Immutable news, which starts off with your shorts. What do you got for your shorts this week? Not the kind that you wear.
I just 3 million passports they signed up, and that's a cool milestone. Probably about 1 million of those are gem collectors, but it's only 1 million on gem collectors. They've actually shown the stats on it, and I think it was 800,000 at the time of gem collectors, and only about 30,000 of them do the quests to collect the gems.
Wow.
So play the game to collect the gems.
That's an alarming statistic. That's a very alarming statistic.
Well, no, listen to what I said.
All right.
There's 800,000 people collecting gems, passports, playing the gem game.
Yeah.
Clicking the claim gems thingo. But only 30,000 of them play the game as well and collect gems. Well, there are other wallets, that's only 2.2 million that play the games but don't claim the gems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not 30,000 total players.
All right.
There's way more than that.
Phew.
30,000 of the gem collectors. So the bots that are collecting gems and the multi-accounts are collecting gems.
Right.
Is only about under a third. Around about a third. So it's probably 2 million genuine, unique, users on the platform now, which is not bad.
Good.
Ronan claims 1.6 million. I'd say only about 400,000 of them are real. So
nice.
Not bad.
Awesome. Yeah, and I guess there's a new version of Gods Unchained, Tower of Dread. What's going on with these?
Expansion. Yeah, it just launched yesterday. The new expansion for the TCG. This game's been around for a long time. It's one of the OGs. It's still got a big audience, even though the competitors coming in and parallel drew people away. Every game siphons a few people away, and they've still got 5,000 players. I think it is from the last time I checked. Yeah, and they keep on bringing out expansion packs and selling them out pretty much, or going close to selling them out. So, long live Gods Unchained.
Yeah, they just keep going, and it has been out for a while. I wish I had gotten into it early to felt like I was too far behind and didn't have the time to learn it. So, but hey, it's the original flagship of Immutable, and it still keeps going. So that's a positive. And it's not
Just a tree verse. Moving on to the next one. Sorry, did you want to say something?
No, that's fine. We can go. That's why I was transitioning to Treeverse.
Okay, tree versus the open playtest is delayed. They've just found Liplifire's just found some bugs and stuff that he wants before it goes live to be a much better experience for everyone. So they're fixing that up. So it was meant to be in August, then September. Then now probably later than October. We'll see.
Nice. Sorry.
Next slide. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
To make it full screen.
Yeah. Oh.
I can't hear it.
Hold on. I had to mute my tabs earlier.
Close.
This is Bornless's release trailer. This is like, a lot of people love horror. I'm not a massive horror fan, but I know how much people love horror. There's so many fans of horror movies and stuff. So I know Bryson's keen on this game. It's just like a high quality shooter set in a one of those real eerie, typical horror story themes, you know? I think people are going to love this game. Web 3 and it's going to come out Web 3 first. Web 2 first. And then have Web 3 later. They don't allow you to say Web 3 on the Discord.
Really?
It's actually a banned. Yeah. It's a banned word. You get banned automatically.
Wow.
So
This game has been out for a while. Like
There's no escape.
I remember hearing about this game years ago.
I've lost track of how many corpses on my own.
Yeah. And you could play weekends, you know, like 2-day periods or something for every 3 weeks or something.
That's cool. I like
The
that.
island didn't look like this
With the
before.
car or the
Those
truck
who called
shooting
this
from the
place
truck.
home have changed. The monsters they worship are even worse.
All kinds of
This
monsters.
place
Really
belongs
dark
to them
thing,
now.
isn't it?
And so we fight. You, me, and all the other seekers. It's them I fear most of all. The strangers lurking in the darkness.
Thought we'd show this one for everyone. What are your thoughts on the game? Excited about this one yourself?
Yeah, I for sure. I don't like that they're trying to hide that they're Web 3 though. That bothers me.
There's no going back.
I mean, that's what they started off
Yeah.
as. I don't get it. Like, what are you in the space for then? If you're not gonna embrace it. I mean,
I think that I understand because the games are like scared that they invested all this money and then they're not going to get an audience because it's Web 3. You know, there was a time when people just thought, well, you make a cool game and let people sell the items they win in a game, and they're going to love it. But they didn't know that gamers are so judgmental and so stubborn that they will just stick to their little hive mind and scam. You know, and I understand. Like, I can't stand half the people in Web 3, the garbage that comes out their mouth. So, you know, they don't want to be associated with it, and I get it. So they're making 2 versions of the game, a Web 3 game and a Web 2 game. So the Web 2 is going to be one Discord for that, Web 3 one Discord for that, but they're bringing out the Web 2 version first.
gotcha.
Anyway,
Yep.
I understand. That's all, and
Here we are talking about gems now. Yeah, I'm.
I think we covered them already. Oh, you got 2,494. Letting everyone know that.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. No big deal. But yeah, Coon, we've already kind of talked about that somewhat. Here's some of the
We
other.
talked about these.
Oh, they got the rules out. This wasn't here the other day. Okay.
50 trophies. 50 trophies.
Yeah. There's the Epic War, the one that you were talking about earlier, that you weren't too happy about.
It's not out yet.
That's the one.
I love the game.
Yeah.
It's just not Web 3.
That sucks because I've been playing that. That's one of my games in my rotation.
I like it. I just don't like the way they've integrated Web 3. That's all.
Right. So, do we need to talk any more about gems, or are we okay to move on?
Nah. Move on.
And next up, we are at Rubick's favorite section of the cast, and it's been 4 months since he's been able to vent. I'm sure he's got a lot of pent-up rage. Rubick, what can you tell us about what is pissing you off this week?
Well, unfortunately for everyone, it's the same subject as 4 months ago. The partnership with Beam, it's disaster, and it's not disaster from them poaching games, which they've done, them making games go from single chain to multi chain, which they've done on 20 occasions. I mean, games have either taken them away or gone multi chain. But then just their wording on their tweets, and you just it would have been great to be able to segue straight into the section from when you commented earlier about the game. You thought I was talking about a game building on Beam. Like, oh, why would I do that in an Immutable show? But it's because they're so deceptive in their writing style that everyone thinks that the games are launching on Beam, not Immutable.
Right.
So you've got all these games. We've had 20 mints that have been announced as Beam mints.
Mm-hmm.
And people in our Discord, our Mutable Focus Discord, think that it's the games are not on Immutable anymore. They actually say it all the time. It's constant. So Immutable's giving away this mind share. This, they're not building momentum when they've got all these games coming out. They should be Immutable ZK EVM mints. It shouldn't have another blockchain, another gaming blockchain. It's named anywhere near it. So I raised this point, and we already know this. We've talked about it before and complained about it before. But I actually spent the time to put together a document for Immutable and explaining what the concern is. And the absolute most generic answer in return came back, like literally, like, please come again. It was literally didn't refer to anything I raised, and just literally like ChatGPT or some high paid up. Someone that's got no idea about Web3 in marketing has come back with a generic answer, and I just went, wow, I don't care anymore. So the good news is this is the last time I complain about the Beam partnership, but I've done what I can. Other members of our community have done what they can to try and raise the alarm to Immutable. They don't want to listen, and we'll see how it impacts in the future. Yeah, it might be like they're going for the bigger fish, and they're going for bigger things, and they don't see this side of things as important. So let's see if they're right. They know more than us. They're on the big bucks. So, but yeah, that's my rant for the week.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's some very, very valid concerns for sure. It's been an ongoing problem. And yeah, I don't get it either unless they're just trying to save face. But, for me, what's pissing me off this week, I've been out of the loop for a little bit with personal stuff in my life. And it's like I left a couple months ago, just been out of the loop. I come back and nothing much has changed. It's still, in my opinion, and I'm not saying they're not trying, I still think Immutable is the definite leader in this space for gaming chain. But I feel like it's just we're still in the phases of them throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing which one sticks. And they're just by attempts, they're going for more attempts and looking for that diamond in the rough. And that's been their kind of mantra for a long time. I just thought by now we would have had that diamond in the rough to set them apart. And I just don't see it yet. And not that some other chain has it, in my opinion. As the industry in Web3, I think they're still everybody's still throwing out the stuff at the wall and hoping something sticks. And I was expecting to be further along by now. So that's kind of, I don't know if it's really pissing me off. I'm just kind of a little bit disappointed that the progress of adoption is nowhere near where it needs to be still after all this time. So that's my little rant for the week. But any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think you talk about the people more than anything. I don't think they're gonna change. They're here for one reason. So
yeah. So
next up is Off the Grid. Early access is out, and wow, I'm not a big fan of shooters, but I've actually been playing it a fair bit lately, every day, for 5 or 6 games, and I'm bad, really bad. Like I haven't even killed anyone yet. I don't think I'm so bad. I just don't know how to aim yet. I've got to work out how to do that. I just don't play shooters anymore. Yeah. So, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be a successful game on its own, and the massive thing is like the seamlessness is even better than Immutable. Like you don't even sign in to a passport or anything like that. It is purely just uses your what's it called, Epic Games account, and you just attach it to that, and then bang, you got a wallet, you got everything, you got in the blockchain's working in the background, or so it's absolutely legit project, and really like a really great experience, a great. It's a bit needs optimization, the game, but it's it's a really awesome game.
Nice. Yeah,
Immutable needs a game like that.
yeah, very looks very polished. Now that they got Ninja involved with it, definitely brings some attention to it as well, for sure. I'm watching some of the gameplay right now, and there's solar panels on the roof. It just, yeah, definitely need this in the industry, and it and play it too. I haven't played it yet, and I do suck at shooters as well. So, but yeah, man, I know this cast has been a little bit clunky. We are getting back into things. It's been a while, and we're gonna shake some rust off and just polish this up as we go. I think we're getting towards the end here. Highlight of the week is the part where we're hitting now, and the highlight for the week for me is I've been through a lot in the last several months, and I feel like while I got some ways to go, I think the worst is behind me, and it's only looking up. So that is a revelation that I've just had in the past week. So I'm not going to go into much detail about it, but that is my highlight of the week. How about you, buddy?
I've been under a bit of stress myself lately this week, and got good news today. But even better than that news that released all the stress is my son's 11 months, just a couple of days ago, and I've been teaching him to walk, and he's not got the confidence. And I put my arm around him without touching him, so he can see that I'm there, and then he'll take steps when I'm like that, 3 or 4 or 5, and then he'll lose confidence and fall over, but I'll grab him before he falls. And we've been doing it for 3 days, and today I was just on my phone babysitting him after work, and I looked up, and there he is walking across from only about a meter from one point to another that he wanted to get to, walking without crawling, on his own, without any support. I was like,
Nice.
it was a very proud dad moment. So yeah, it was one of those milestones, and that's the first time he's ever walked on his own, like without being encouraged to do it.
Nice. Very nice.
That was a highlight of my week. Nothing to do with Web3.
No, that's good. That's a good one. I like that. It is. It's cute. It's sweet, and I'm happy for you. I miss those days with my kids being at that point. So they're all big and don't want to hang out with me now. So, but yeah, we're at the end of the show here. We're at our final thoughts of the week. I'll start us off. I'm just glad to be back and doing something. And while I was complaining a little bit earlier about nothing's really changed, the space is still alive. I think it's still the future, just we haven't figured out yet. And I know there's a lot of things that I've missed, and I'm looking to get back into things and catch up to speed, because this space does change, even though I said it really hasn't changed a whole lot. It can change on a quick second, where something comes along and boom, here we go. So I'm ready to get back into it and just be a part of the space again like I was in the past. What's your final thoughts, Mr. Rubick?
Yeah, well, we had a break for 4 months, not for a number of reasons. I went overseas for 2 months of that time, so it was good timing for us to go on that break. Could work out for both of us. But yeah, I want to get back to growing Gamers Galaxie, our community. We're going to be we've joined up with a Comfort Zone Unchained, a gaming guild. We're kind of like sister partners with lots of close people, lots of people tied into that are from Gamers Galaxie, like Tom, who are sergeants in our thingos. He's approached me today to do something even bigger, which is like broadening our reach and our number of people that to get our messages across to, and going to push it hard over the next leading up to Christmas, and see where we end after Christmas. if this is, what people want, if people want to be part of us and like to learn about, come to us to learn about Immutable, the blockchain, if it continues to lead and it's up, AVAX has got a challenge in there now. All four of us said that AVAX is going to be our Immutable's number one threat in our yearly thing, and it's definitely the case. This off the grid is really going to push people to build on that chain, because even though off the grid had $90 million and built their own chain and built very customized transaction and contracts that aren't really usable for everyone else, if they have success, then the other people are going to choose to go there. So it's going to be a tough time in the going over the next 3 to 6 months. Immutable's going to need a lot of things go their way to keep that leader kind of tag in the space. So we'll see. Awesome. Lots of good game coming out. Mainly Gamers Galaxie, more content come back, newsletters, special threads about the various different things I've got ideas for. So keep an eye out, follow us on socials, join our Discord to get into alpha early, and can't wait. I'm excited again to continue to grow Gamers Galaxie again.
Awesome, man, awesome. And that was episode 44. We'll be back again soon with episode 45. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, Token Trove. It is the best exchange out there to deal with Immutable. If you haven't been to it yet, definitely check it out. Use our affiliate link, as they are a sponsor for us. It helps us out. If you're not in our Discord, Gamers Galaxie, get in there for the latest alpha that Rubick just kicks out all the time, and the community that is growing there and very, very vibrant. And I want to thank you all for tuning in today with a Gamers Galaxie. Everybody take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.